Have you ever sat quietly in a room full of your own family, surrounded by the people who share your blood, your name, your home, and still felt completely alone? Have you ever looked at your mother's face and wondered if she truly sees you, the real you, not just the role you play in her life? Have you ever loved your father with your whole heart, and yet carried a quiet ache because he never once said the words you longed to hear? Have you ever sat beside a brother or a sister, someone who has known you since childhood, and still felt an invisible wall standing between your hearts? And if you are a parent, have you ever looked at your own child, holding them close, and still felt a whisper of fear inside you, wondering if you are doing enough, if you are giving them everything they need? If any of this feels familiar, please know this. You are not broken, and your family is not a failure. What you are feeling in these quiet, painful moments is not a flaw in your relationships. It is a message. It is your soul, speaking softly beneath the noise of daily life, trying to show you something you have not yet understood. Today, we are going to look at family, not the way the world explains it, but the way a soul understands it. We will look beyond blood and duty, beyond roles and expectations, into the deeper reason your family exists exactly as it is. Because there is a hidden truth here, one that has the power to heal wounds you may have carried since childhood. So stay with me gently until the end, because what you are about to hear may quietly change the way you see your own family forever. Let us begin with something deeply human, something almost every heart carries in silence. You love your mother, yet somewhere inside you still feel that she never truly understood your dreams, your fears, the person you were quietly becoming. You love your father, yet you still wait, even now, for him to say the words, "I am proud of you," words that may never come the way you imagined. You love your brother or your sister, someone who shared your childhood, your home, your memories, and yet there is a silent distance between you that neither of you can fully explain, a gap that words never seem to close. And if you are a parent, you love your children with a love that has no end, yet you carry a constant, quiet worry that you are not doing enough, that somehow you are failing them in ways you cannot even name. This is the hidden problem so many souls carry without ever speaking it aloud. We expect our family, the people closest to us, to give us a kind of love that heals us completely, a love that fills every empty space inside our hearts. But our family members are also human. They are also wounded. They are also learning, just as we are. And when they cannot give us that perfect, complete love we secretly hoped for, we feel betrayed. We feel unseen. Sometimes we even feel abandoned by the very people who are supposed to know us best. This pain you feel is real. It is not imagined, and it is not foolish. But please remember this gently, this pain, as heavy as it feels, is not the whole story of your family. It is only the beginning of a much deeper understanding. Here is something gentle, yet important to understand deeply. Your family did not enter your life by accident, and the patterns you feel within it are not random either. From a psychological view, we often find ourselves trying to complete something in our family that was left unfinished generations before us. A mother who was never once told she was enough may unconsciously struggle to say those same healing words to her own child, not because she does not love them, but because no one ever taught her how. A father who was raised in silence, surrounded by men who never spoke of feelings, may not know how to speak love aloud, even when his heart is quietly overflowing with it. These patterns pass gently, invisibly, from one generation to the next, until someone, perhaps you, becomes aware enough to finally interrupt them. Now let us look even deeper, into the spiritual view, the view that great souls like Paramahansa Yogananda often pointed toward with such quiet certainty. We are not simply bodies born to other bodies by chance. We are souls, eternal and aware, temporarily wearing the costume of a human relationship, a mother, a father, a child, a sibling, so that we may learn something that only this specific bond, this exact connection, has the power to teach us. Every difficult conversation, every silence, every misunderstanding within your family is not there to punish you. It is there to awaken something within you that could not have been awakened any other way. the pain you have felt is not a mistake. It is not proof that something is wrong with you or with them. It is a classroom, quietly designed for your soul's growth, patiently waiting for you to recognize the lesson hidden inside the hurt. This is where the understanding becomes even more beautiful, if only you are willing to look closely and listen with an open heart. In the yogic understanding, the souls who make up our family are often souls we have known before, in other forms, other lifetimes, other lessons that remain quietly unfinished. We do not choose our family by mere chance or coincidence. On some deep, hidden level, your soul chose this exact mother, this exact father, this exact child, this exact brother or sister, because together, the two of you still carry something that needs to be resolved, something that needs to be forgiven, or something that needs to be gently grown through in this lifetime. That difficult parent, the one who tested your patience again and again, may in truth be your greatest teacher, quietly shaping a patience within you that nothing else could have shaped so deeply. That distant sibling, the one who never seemed to draw close, may be here to teach you how to love freely, without needing anything in return. That child who challenges you, who pushes against every boundary you set, may be here for a reason far greater than discipline, here to soften the very parts of your heart that had slowly grown hard over the years. This is the quiet, unseen law of karma at work, not as punishment, never as punishment, but as perfect and patient balance. Every relationship within your family is a gentle invitation, extended to your soul, asking you to heal an old pattern, so that you do not need to carry it forward, so that you do not need to repeat it again in another form, another time, another life. Let us bring this gentle understanding into the real moments of everyday life, so you can begin to recognize it quietly within your own story. Perhaps you have noticed that you keep attracting the same emotional distance, again and again, from every parent figure who enters your life, a strict father in childhood, then a strict boss in your career, then perhaps even a strict or distant partner as an adult. This is not simply bad luck or an unfortunate coincidence. This is a pattern, gently repeating itself, quietly asking to finally be seen, understood, and healed. Perhaps you carry a deep, unspoken resentment toward a sibling, even over small, ordinary things that should not matter so much, yet somehow always do. Underneath that resentment often lies an old, tender wound, a quiet belief formed long ago that whispers, "I was never quite enough compared to them." This is the ego speaking softly through the voice of family, still searching for the acceptance it never fully received. Perhaps you are a parent yourself, carrying an immense, invisible weight of guilt, feeling that you are never doing enough, never being enough, no matter how much you give. And yet, without either of you realizing it, your own child may be quietly teaching you the very self-compassion that you yourself never received as a child. These moments, these small daily frictions and feelings, are not simply family dramas to be endured and forgotten. They are soul lessons, gently wearing the ordinary clothing of everyday life, patiently waiting for you to notice them, understand them, and finally learn what they came to teach. So now, gently, let us ask the most important question. What do we actually do with this understanding? Not to escape our family, not to distance ourselves from those we love, but to walk through our relationships with far more peace, patience, and wisdom than before. First, release the quiet need for your family to be your only source of validation. Your true self-worth was never meant to come from someone finally saying the right words, offering the right praise, or giving the perfect apology. Real self-worth flows from your own connection with your soul, and with the divine that lives quietly within you, a worth that was never dependent on anyone else's approval to begin with. Second, practice forgiveness, softly and quietly, without waiting for an apology that may never come. Forgiveness does not mean pretending that what happened was acceptable or fine. Forgiveness simply means saying, gently but firmly, "I will not carry this heavy weight in my heart any longer, I choose to set it down now." Third, learn to respond instead of react. When an old family wound is suddenly triggered by a careless word or a familiar silence, pause for just a moment. Take one slow breath. Ask your higher self quietly, what is this moment trying to teach me, instead of asking, why are they doing this to me again? Fourth, love without demanding anything in return. This is truly the highest form of family love, to offer warmth even when it is not fully returned, trusting patiently that your love still matters, even when it seems to go unnoticed or unspoken. And most importantly, sit often in stillness, whether through meditation, quiet prayer, or simply a few calm breaths before you sleep each night. It is within this gentle silence that your soul slowly remembers why it chose this family in the first place, and little by little, old resentment softens quietly into deep understanding. Here now is the deepest truth of all, spoken as gently as possible, so that it may settle softly into your heart. You were never meant to find complete peace only through your family. You were meant to first find peace deep within your own soul, and only then allow that peace to flow gently outward, touching every relationship you have, including the precious bond you share with your family. Your family, as important and as dear as they are, was never meant to be your final destination. They are, in truth, your training ground for unconditional love, the very same love that the divine holds for you, patient, complete, and unwavering, loving you fully even in your most imperfect, most human moments. When you begin to see your parents, not simply as parents who were supposed to be perfect, but as souls who were quietly doing their best with everything they themselves were given, something inside you begins to soften. When you begin to see your children, not merely as responsibilities to manage or duties to fulfill, but as blessings walking gently beside you for a while, teaching you as much as you teach them, something inside you opens even wider. Slowly, you stop asking the painful question, why can they not love me exactly the way I need to be loved? And instead, you begin to ask a far gentler, far wiser question, how can I love them the way my soul truly came here to learn? That quiet shift within you, soft as it may feel in the beginning, is truly the beginning of real and lasting freedom, freedom not from your family, but freedom within your own heart, as you walk beside them. So, dear friend, as we come to the gentle close of this reflection, I want you to carry one small thought with you into your day. The next time you feel that familiar ache of being misunderstood by someone in your family, when an old wound quietly rises to the surface, pause for just a moment before reacting. Take a slow breath and softly ask your own heart, what is this relationship truly here to teach my soul right now? You may not receive the answer today, and that is perfectly all right. If you remain open, patient, and gentle with both yourself and with them, the answer will arrive quietly, in its own perfect time, exactly when your soul is ready to receive it. If these words touched something quiet and true within you, I invite you warmly, though never urgently, to subscribe to this channel, so that more reflections like this one may find you exactly when your heart needs them most. And I would love to hear from you personally, so please take a gentle moment to write a comment below, sharing which relationship within your own family has taught you the deepest, most transformative lesson of your life so far. Your story may quietly become the light that helps another soul watching this video feel less alone tonight. I would also love to know, from your own heart, what topic you would like us to explore together next, whether it is healing old wounds, understanding karma, finding inner peace, or walking more closely with the divine. Please share your thoughts in the comments below, as this channel is truly being shaped with love by all of you. Until we meet again in our next reflection, may your heart remain light, may your home be filled with deep understanding, and may your soul walk gently toward its own highest truth. Jai Guru Dev.